We're back, the Inside Wisconsin show, in between segments with our guy AJ Dillon. Time for another top 5 list presented by Wisconsin's leaders in STEM, the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. UW-Platteville offers healthcare programs focused on serving rural communities here in Wisconsin. Keeping communities healthy helps make them even stronger. Find out more at uwplatt.edu. Dr. Anderson. Yeah, no, I have no Dr. Trevor Thomas here either. Nope. Good for Platteville. All right, top 5 list time. Yeah. AJ Dillon, a very likable fella, like one of us, right? We've been talking about that all episode. I was curious, could we come up with a top 5 list of Green Bay Packers that we would love to sit down and have a beer with? Grab a Miller Lite with these Packers that have come through. I know that you have a top 5 list, and there are going to be people on there that I've probably never heard of or probably seen play.
I think so.
Oh, I've heard of these guys. All right, good. So I want to hear your top 5 list, and then I'll just compare and contrast with what I wrote down maybe at the end. I wonder if we have any that we share. All right, you go.
First off, quick, I want to know the ground rules. Is it we're going to go have a beer, a drink, something like that?
Yeah, the idea was let's grab a beer with
because here's my thought. Because if it's a wider range of recreational usage, I wouldn't mind going and doing peyote or hallucinogenics with Aaron Rodgers and ending up in an Amazon rainforest. You know, you start somewhere and then you've just gotten just goofy sideways, and the next thing you know, you're like, why are we in Egypt at the base of the Giza pyramids? But if that's it, Aaron's out. Okay.
Yeah, just a beer.
Okay. So and this is going to surprise you. Favre's not on my list.
Oh, he's number 1 on my list.
He's not on my list because I don't think it would end well.
Oh?
Yeah, I feel like, with him, it's just there are a lot of landmines and pitfalls. And to quote David Faraday, it's like a guy walking along the cliff's edge with a kite. So I don't know that would end up well for me.
Well, that and he doesn't drink anymore. There's that, yeah.
So anyway, all right. So number 5. I want to go have a beer with John Anderson, just so no matter where we walk in, people are going to be freaked out. Okay?
That's awesome.
So I'll tell you more. I want to go have drinks with these people. But in his case, J.A. and I are just going anywhere just to freak people out, exchanging IDs, just to make it a crazy thing. So J.A. is number 1 or number 5.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Rain Nitschke.
Yeah, knew he was going to be on your
list. And here's what I base this on is a buddy of mine who caddied for him once at Oneida Golf and Riding Club. And he opened his bag on the first tee, and there was 1 sleeve of balls, and then there was a band of like 9 cigars. Okay. Just seems like that would be a guy that you would want to sit down and have a beer with.
Yep, not bad. That's
more cigars in his bag than golf balls.
I feel like there was a Nitschke bar here for a while. Didn't he have a bar?
I don't know. Fuzzy Thurston did. He had.
That's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Guard, I think, was over there.
Yep.
Anyway, so I think Nitschke in the clubhouse of the Men's Grill at Oneida Golf and Riding Club. Number 2, because as you know, I always have to have more
3. You skipped 3. That was number 4.
Number 3, because I always like to have more than one. It's a coupled entry because I don't think you can separate them. I want to go to L.A. and drink all night with Max McGee and Paul Hornung.
Yeah.
By the way, if you think there's pitfalls and landmines with Favre, I feel like those 2 guys, whether it's a beer or a highball or whatever else, so they're number 3, 3A and 3B. I think you should go out with Max McGee and you should go out with Paul Hornung. And ideally, it's in L.A. and maybe even the night before the Super Bowl.
Like they did, yeah.
Number 2, I think this is probably like I want to go to a Bucs game and just slam beers with Bakhtiari.
Oh, my gosh. 3 in a row. Brian Butch and John Kuhn did that at the Burr game the other day, J.A., and Butchie wore it all over his shirt. It was terrible.
And he went to some chugging contest with some new tight end and just downed him. So I just feel like Bakhtiari. And have you seen him when other people chug? Like he's got great enthusiasm. And so I think Bakhtiari is right there. Like it would be really like he could be 1, except when you find out who 1 is. But so Bakhtiari's, if he's not on your list, then your list should probably be torn up and thrown away.
Good luck keeping up with him. Yeah.
And then number 1, and this is because I have gotten to know the guy on a couple of different occasions when we met. And that is the longtime voice of the SEC, longtime voice of sports television, is Vern Lundquist. And Vern tells a wonderful story before he was doing ice skating, before he was doing all these other things, when he was a local news guy working for WFAA in Dallas. So he did the pre and post game Cowboys pre and post game show before the Ice Bowl.
Okay.
And before big games, Vince Lombardi had the media over and served drinks in his basement. Like, that was not uncommon. So number one, I think I would like to have a beer served by Vince Lombardi from his bar in his basement.
Yeah. Geez.
Yeah. So that's it. Anderson, Nitschke, Max and Paul Horning, Bakhtiari, and then I'm going to go to Vince's basement and have a beer with the rest of the media, because all those guys back then were legends, right? It was just these guys were Mount Rushmore type guys that were down in his basement doing stuff like that.
Well, we don't share a single one.
No.
Favre's number one on my list. I mentioned that earlier, but I wrote down Frankie Winters just because he ran all that time with Brett Favre. I bet you they got stories. That's number 5. Number 4 for me, Mike McCarthy. I want to know what I don't know. Like, what was all the Favre stuff that happened that nobody knows?
Drink a Yingling with him, right? Which is a Pennsylvania beer from the oldest brewery in the U.S. And then he'd really sound like a Yinzer, don't you? We go downtown and have that drink.
Downtown, yeah. Nope, Miller Lite only. Number 3, Gilbert Brown. I'm just curious to know the grave digger things that, he's done some
stuff. Or how
stuff.
many he could put away.
I think a few. Yeah. Responsibly, yeah.
Sure.
Number 2, Magic. What was it like when Favre came in and you knew you were done?
So like you're going for the stories more than the camaraderie. Some of this, okay?
Oh yeah, I want the stories. Yeah, I definitely want one.
And number 1, Brett Favre longer to fix his hair than you do.
Well, he's got some nice lettuce.
He'd blow dry it in the locker room beforehand, get the flow, luscious flow.
Number 1's Favre. The guy. I don't know. You want to talk about somebody that seemed like one of us when he was here, right? He did all the Wisconsin things. And I was thinking about this the other day. Rodgers left, and I have no interest in buying a Rodgers Jet jersey. None. But I bought a Favre Jet jersey like instantly. I was just a huge, I know, homer, whatever.
No, I'm just saying, it's amazing to me how you can see two exact same situations and see them so differently.
I don't remember Favre taking a.
Now, are you going to do Favre? Are you going to do Favre just at a local watering hole? Do you have a place you want to go? Are you going to do it in a tree stand? And I'm sure you don't want to be drinking with your firearm, but like maybe just you're just in some shanty, some tavern.
I would say it has to be in Wisconsin, right? I don't want to go to Mississippi and have a beer with them.
You don't want to go to the Broke Spoke.
Maybe the Stadium View. I think he hung out there a lot back in the day. Maybe the Stadium View with Brett Favre for a beer. Probably an NA because he doesn't drink, but whatever. I'll have a Miller Lite.